Alright. So, this is our second round at working on one of these barrels. This print just got done. And look at it. Yeah. Now, there's something I wanted to show that happened the first time that I didn't really get to capture very well on camera, but this time I really want to show it off. Also, let's let's do this a little bit better this time, eh? Does that sound good? I think that sounds good. My first attempts are over now. It's time to start being professional, taking care of these resin prints. So, put you on this tripod here. There you go, yeah. Get you back into position. Yep. We have a pretty good view from up here. Yeah, that ought to work. Actually, so there's something I want to show off. That happened sometime. That happened when I first pulled this print off. There was uncured resin collected inside of the tube. And it all kind of just spilled out when I first took it off. I wish there was a good way for me to show you this. I really don't want to get uncured resin on my camera. That would be annoying. But at the same time, I want to illustrate this. So bear with me while I figure out a good position for this. Maybe this is a good spot. Oh shit, almost touched that without gloves. That would have been a bad idea. Let's not touch things without gloves, shall we? Alright, let's get ready to go. This is our third barrel that we've printed or attempted to print. Also, one thing I need to do is that in an earlier video, I stated that, oh, I wish there was a way that I could use the wash and cure station, you know, without the hood on it. Actually, there probably is a way, I just didn't try it. Alright, lid's off of that one. I'm going to take the lid off the wash and cure as well. I'll move it over in a minute so you can see everything, but we're going to take this off. Slide this over here. We're going to use this to transfer our resin print instead of the big bucket. Because that big bucket made a mess. Well, we made a mess with the big bucket. And then we'll transfer the resin piece in here when it's ready to go. So, I will grab the camera with the undersides of my palms so that we can see what this thing is doing over here. Let's see. Got me some wooden dowels. I'm going to borrow one real quick. Because we're going to pop a bubble. And you'll see what I mean by popping a bubble. Okay. So roll up our sleeves. Get this ready to go. Unscrew the top right here and get this thing ready to come off. Now something I want to do, actually, before we even do that, before we even mess with anything, there's something I'd like to do. So, I'm going to raise up this build plate, grab this little part with my glove, return, system, let's see, nope, tools, move Z, we're going to move this guy up. Give us as much room as possible to operate on what we want to do. There we go. There we go. We're getting to it, we're getting to it. Okay. Take this guy And we're not going to spill resin this time. We're not going to do that thing. Well, let me think. What's the best way to handle this? Let's do the same thing we did before, the same precaution. Let's scrape the resin off the top of this before we try to take it off. That way it doesn't drip as much. It's still going to drip, but at least it won't drip as badly. Sorry if my hand went away. Alright. So, the reason I got this is because of something you're about to see. I hope that this is... You know what? I'll risk taking off this one glove just so I can adjust the camera. Alright. Got a good view of this. It's gonna be spectacular, I promise. Let's grab this piece right here and let's pop it. Woo! Look at that! Oh, it's gonna keep going, come on. Yeah. We're draining the resin out of this right here. You see that? There's air. There's an air pocket on this top side. And then under here, resin somehow has trapped itself underneath this. Isn't that fascinating? I'm sure resin's not dripping off of this stick. I think it is, but not too much. I'm just kind of whacking the underside of this, what do you call this? A meniscus thingamabob? It's the thing you look at when you're using a flask, or not a flask, but a test tube thing. We learned it in biology. Oh, graduated cylinder. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is, check this out. Isn't that cool? So I made a mistake, and when I first took this off, I didn't know that there was resin all up in there. I ended up dumping the entire content into our bucket over there. That probably wasn't a good idea. Probably a big waste of resin too. If I gotta be honest. Alright, I'm gonna try to put on one glove real quick. Put my little stick in this this trough right here. Try to get my other glove on without touching it. Watch me put on a glove with one hand. I'm not cheating, I promise. Okay, I am cheating. I'm using my shirt. But I did it. I did it. Alright, I'm going to break this stick in half. I'm going to use a smaller piece. And we're going to really shish kebab this thing. Oh, sorry about that. That was my mask. Hit the side of the tripod there. Okay. We got that cleaned up. I'm going to throw these away. Alright, and now we're going to work on taking off the piece from the build plate. I'm going to go ahead and get my spatula ready for this. Oh, let me reposition the, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll reposition the camera. Be right back.